Welcome back. In this section, we will learn about how to remove tasks safely. So this is a to-do app component. Inside this to-do app component, we have a to-do form and a summary component. The summary component the summary component displays the summary of number of to-do items that are pending and the number of to-do items that are completed. And next we have to-do list. Inside to-do list, we have to-do tasks. So if I go to to-do list component, I just click Control plus the click on this component. It will take me to the component. Inside to-do list component, we have these multiple tasks in a form of a list. So what we want to do is we want to remove the tasks from our to-do list so that the task is not displayed on screen anymore. For that, I'll just use this remove. For that, I'll just go and uncomment this remove to do item function. So a remove to do item function is filtering the to do items. To do item is our state. So this to do items is an array which contains all of the to do items that are currently displayed on the screen. So whenever we call a remove to do item function and pass an item to it that we want to delete from our to do list item, it iterates over the to do items array and filters all the elements from this to do item for which the ID of the to do item is not equal to passed an item's ID. So this array will contain all of the to do items except the item that is passed in. And next we are setting the state again using the set to do item, and we are passing the newly created array. So as a result, the state of our to do app will be updated and hence the component will be re-rendered. And the new component won't have the passed in to do item. So we would have removed the to do item. So if I go to the terminal and type npm run start, it will start my application. So let's just wait for application to start. It will start the application on localhost port 3000. And once the application starts, the browser window will open and we'll be able to view our application running. Inside our application, here we have the initial state. Inside the initial state, we have 5 to-do items. The status of 3 of the to-do item is completed and the status of 2 to-do item is pending. So now our app is running on port 3000. Here you can see that we have 5 elements in the list. So now if I go back to my app and inside this app before it is rendered, I'll just call remove to do item and will pass an object containing an ID 1. So now if I click save and go back, here you can see that we are getting an error. Too many re-renders. React limits the number of renders to prevent an infinite loop. So this is happening because we call remove to do item before our component is displayed on the UI. The remove to do item goes and removes an item from a to do list and updates the state. As a result, once the state updates, the component is re-rendered. And once the component is re-rendered, all of this happens again. And it again reaches to this point where it calls a function remove to do item. And remove to do items remove a to do item from an array and again sets the state. As the state has changed, the component will re-render. And all of this keeps going in an infinite loop. So in order to avoid that loop, let's just add a condition before removing a to-do item. So I'll call remove to-do item only if to-do items dot length is greater than 4. So a to-do item currently has 5 items. So this condition is true. and it will remove a to-do item. Next time when we'll reach at this point, the to-do item will contain 4 elements. So this condition will be false, and hence the remove to-do item function won't be called, and the component will not be re-rendered. So we can avoid an infinite loop in this way. So now if I click save, go back to my browser, you can see that here we have only 4 items. An item with the ID 1 is removed, which was the first item. Now if I go back and change the ID, you can see a different item will be removed. So let's go back to the code, and inside this condition where we are calling remove to do item, instead of removing the item with the ID 1, let's pass the ID 3. So now if I click save and go back to the browser, you can see that first, second, and here the third item is deleted. We have implemented a remove to do item functionality. Next up, we'll learn about how to update the task status. Thank you for watching.